My name is Nathan, and I learned a lesson that I wanted to share with you. I'm tired of listening to all of these influencers telling me how to live my life, how to shape it, what actions I should take, what people I should be around, what people I shouldn't be around. I'm gonna try not to say specific types of influencers because then it will apply to a broader range of people. So I'm not saying that anything that influencers says is wrong. What I am saying is that what they tell you should not be, you could say, gospel. Just because they said something does not mean it's true at all. If they tell you, for example, to do this type of exercise, this routine, eat this type of food, just as an example, it doesn't mean that that's the best way to do it. Because unfortunately, they have a reason, they have incentive to promote their own things. That's the whole reason they're there. They're not there for fun. So how I learned this lesson was I felt like I was being pulled in a bunch of different directions, because when you're listening to a few influencers, they are telling you their worldview, their values, and how they live their life. And they become like the star of this whole thing. It makes the viewer want to become like them. And I don't think that's a good thing, because we should all be our own individual selves. We shouldn't be exact copies of one person who we consider successful. Every single individual on the planet, I think, has their own purpose, their own mission, you could say, their own mission in life. I'm gonna give you a good metaphor for this later in the video. Just because somebody says something on the internet and because you want something that they have, it does not mean you listen to them right away. Because you should have your own life. You should not be so easily pulled off of your path. Okay, so when we have a bunch of different types of people, that's what makes up our society, that's what makes our world. When things aren't going so well, it's probably because people aren't living true to themselves and they're not playing their part. And when things are going well, it's the opposite. People are living true to themselves, they're doing what they have to do, everything is great. So I'm going to give you a good metaphor for this. Let's say there is a very nice Lamborghini. What do most people like the most about this car? The engine. It's the most impressive part. It's a V10, V12. That's what people love the most about it. Yes, we have the nice engine, but without all the other parts, all the springs, all the gears, all the tires, the paint, the wheel, without all these other things, the engine is pointless. We need other parts to make up this car. Just like these influencers, they are, not all of them, but some of them are successful. They do well because they're being true to themselves. It does not mean that you need to copy them, because if you copy them, if you copy somebody else that's being who they are, you're not going to become who you're supposed to be. You're going to be them. What I'm saying is we can't all be the engine, which is what most people glorify, because there are many other parts of the car that are just as important as this engine. Without the wheels, the car wouldn't drive. Without wouldn't roll. Without the steering wheel, you couldn't adjust which direction you go in. So all the parts play a crucial role in making the car drive. It is not just the engine. There are many different parts with different purposes. But when every single part does what it has to do, this car becomes, these separate parts become the Lamborghini. So the lesson that I learned was to figure out who you are, not try to become like somebody else. Because you weren't meant to be them, they were meant to be themselves. You are not. You have to figure out who you're meant to be. I have not figured it out. It takes time. But that's life. I hope you got value from this video, learned something, or understood something about yourself. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.